pressure is on me. I do better, you know, if you know me. I go to war if I call you my homie. Nah, they won't never sleep on us again. I love when the pressure is on me. I do better, you know, if you know me.
All right, what's good, people? Welcome to another edition of The Discussion. I am Sky. Sean, what's happening, my guy?
I'm doing great, my brother. How about yourself?
I'm well, man. I'm well. You came locked and loaded today, man, with a lot of interesting things to discuss, man.
Figure I had to contribute.
Yeah, you definitely came with some stuff, man. So yeah, man, we're gonna line this up. We're gonna definitely talk about this Apple Department of Justice Trump thing going on, man. That's wild. We got another shooting, and it's not about gun control. This is about behavior. And
right.
We talked about VP Harris last week. We'll definitely be discussing her again. Quick run through the NBA playoffs. Definitely going to discuss that. Quavo and Kendrick Perkins decided to make the news for some reason or another. But I want to start with in Montgomery County, Virginia. Former Virginia Tech linebacker is accused of beating a 40-year-old man. Well, let me say his name. His name is Ismian David Etute. So I guess I shouldn't have said his name.
That's why I would do it.
All right. And he's accused in the beating death of 40-year-old Jerry Smith. Now, the story has a lot of different twists and turns. Back in April, they met on Tinder. Let's start there. And back in April, Etute met Smith at a Blacksburg apartment for oral sex. So I guess later on, they decided to link up again on May 31st. And at some point, quote unquote, Etute found out that the person slobbing him down was a man and went into a rage, beat the dude up, and left him there. And he was found 2 days later, and he was dead. His skull was fractured, and he was beat really bad. I think dude had been released on, I don't know, maybe $40,000, $50,000 bets. No, $75,000 secure bond. What do you think about this, bro?
All right, so when I first initially saw it, and you know the media does what the media does, they put up the picture of the black man, then they put the picture of the young black dude, but then they put the picture of the white guy that was killed. And the first thing I thought was, how in the fuck he didn't know that was a woman? I mean, that wasn't a woman. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody put in my bug, they was like, why won't they put the picture of how dude look as a female up? And I was like, because look, we watch a lot of these videos online where these women, as soon as they put some makeup on, you like, oh shit. It's a chick I follow on, it's funny I follow this person, but I follow her on TikTok. This motherfucker look like a meth addict. She has literally no teeth. She has teeth implants. As soon as she put them teeth in her mouth and throw her makeup on, she looks gorgeous. So I was like, well, let me see. You know, I would love to see that. Now, the jackass side of me was this, and you know it because we talked about this.
Yeah.
How you knew that was a boy? You didn't want your homies to know that you was messing with a boy because you work at because you play football at a prestigious college or a semi-prestigious college.
Look, man.
You didn't want your peoples to know, fam.
this is my angle.
You like a little boy head? Go and get your little boy head, fam.
It's got to be something deeper, and this is where I'm going with this. You, college athlete. Look, man, college guys have options daily, nightly. But let me let you in on something. College athletes, that's a different level of hierarchy on the yard.
I was a college athlete. You damn right it was.
Yeah, bruh, like that's all I roll with, man. Like I saw this for myself. So and imagine how long ago that was. So imagine what that's grown into now.
With media, I got women attention just for walking by.
So I don't get the whole dating app thing. That's why I'm like, it's some more stuff going on, and I'm starting to think that it wasn't totally like, this wasn't totally like, oh, he was duped. Is where I'm coming from right now.
Because he wasn't.
I could be wrong, but
from
where I'm at, I just can't believe that this was totally, just, oh man, this is supposed to be a woman. Nah, I can't roll with that one.
That's because you have this thing called common sense. That's why. That's why, bro. You got this thing that a lot of us think some people have, and that's called common sense. You know that's some bullshit. Bro, he knew who bro was. He been messing with bro. This is what it is. From my understanding, from what I was told, that he came around some folks that got him caught up. And he, you know what I mean? It was like he was trying to keep it low. It wasn't too low. He got, you know what I'm saying? He probably done messed with Duke a few times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
honestly, man, in this generation, in this era that we live in, bro, if that's what you like to do, that's what you like to do.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Mr. C, one of our legendary DJs, someone that found one of the all-time greatest rappers.
For real, Biggie.
Right. He liked, and he kept it a buck on somebody else's podcast that he liked training. So if he can just come out and say, fuck, you know what I like, you know what I do.
And Mr. C still getting gigs, still doing this thing. He ain't at Hot 97 no more, but he had another station, and he's still doing the club, still doing the cruises.
Well, because Hot 97 just be on that bullshit sometimes. Hot 97 be quick to try to hide their discretions with their employees when Hot 97 has been a building of discretion.
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. I wish young boy luck. The way they perceiving it, they putting it together. He fuck around, might get off of this shit, or won't get first degree murder for it.
He's not getting that anyway. Just how it's being framed, and with a 75,000. I understand it was secure, but 75,000 ain't really a lot for murder, especially like a brutal murder. You understand? So
he beat his head.
Yeah, so I think he gonna sit down for a minute, but
he gonna sit down.
But he gonna see the light, at a decent age. I say he 18. He might be out before 30.
Yeah, he gonna sit down.
But he gonna sit down.
He gonna have a whole bunch of seats.
For sure. He probably be moved a few times and some more shit. So.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Sean, the twins, everybody. yo, man, Apple, iPhone, you know, they, the future, it's
I
this.
like that because your ass over here too, nigga.
And I ain't gonna front. It is.
It is this shit.
Yo, like, and it's the thing. I had an iPhone before, and it was like, I don't know. I just wanted a phone with a bigger screen, and that's when like Joy went, crazy with the bigger phones or whatever. And I think I was on like the 4 to 5. So
Right.
those were like the smaller models. So I just never went back. Never was really anti-Apple or whatever. And let me run through this because this ain't even really the point. But what I'm saying is, man, is like the convenience, like the extra stuff. You don't be having to remember like passwords. And for me, that's just worth it in itself. When you can sign on to something and it say, "Oh, hey, Sky, you want to remember the password for this site? Yeah, hit this." And you just sign on, yo. Like, for a forgetful brother like me, it is what it is. But because it's so popular, a lot of people have it, and therefore, when people want to do bad things or whatever, they have to get permission from the company because the privacy settings are so good. And what came out this week was that the Department of Justice, under the direction of Donald Trump, I think seized phone records from not only reporters, but members of Congress, their families, and like, I guess, well, I already said reporters, the reporters they contacted or whatever. And not only that, they made Apple sign a gag order to not talk about it until the Biden administration just recently lifted the gag order. And that's when Apple came public and basically was like, hey, we were made to do this.
Right.
And go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but it was weird because when I sent that to you, I was like, Apple has never done this before. Because they have told law enforcement, no, on many cases that we're not going to give you sensitive data. I think when they did that with Trump, because at the time Trump was threatening everybody in tech. Oh, we gonna shut all this down, and not knowing that he can't do that. That he's gonna set us all. The United States, that would have set us all back millions of years if he the technology. I'm fucking up. Like shut everything down. So I think they got scared in a sense because of all the Twitter issues and the Facebook issues and the Instagram issues and the TikTok issues and all these different issues where they're fighting these companies. I guess they thought that he was gonna just shut their shit down, but he did a little bit more than just look at the particular phone records. He was also looking at Democrats' data usage, everything.
Like the extent to which he was spying on members of Congress is some stuff that like Nixon would have been like, damn, son, word? You doing that? Like, and got it off, and you're right. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, Apple. No, they were being threatened, and not. I won't go as far as a shutdown, but they were basically being threatened with like limitations. Hey, if you try to, build a hub here, we gonna make it difficult for you. You're not getting any tax breaks or whatever, and all types of stuff that makes it harder for them to expand. And they're one of the biggest companies in regards to like expanding and new stuff